Hey guys, this is Brendan with Gone Mobile Vans. We're here in the desert, out here enjoying our two new demo vans. Behind me is a 2025, our Sport model Transit. This is our 2026 Touring model. Both of these things are super awesome, great fun to drive, great to be able to get out and do some things. I want to do a little comparison of between the two, so let's get into it. All right guys, so here is our 2025 high roof all-wheel drive Transit. This is our Sport model. This is new for us. It's more of our van that can grow with you over time. So I'm going to show you what's included in our full build here. A couple additions that we've added already, just in the spirit of like upgrading your van over time, that I'll highlight those as well. But right off the bat, we got the high roof all-wheel drive Transit. We do include the Raptor grille in this because we think it just really makes the van look fantastic up front. We swapped that out, put that in there. We also have an upgraded Transit off-road light bar little mount there. They provided that for us to test it. We're gonna put some lights on there and give them some feedback on it. So kind of a neat little guy right there. As far as suspension wise, this van came with the Q-lift from our dealership. So that's the way 90% of our vans are coming these days. They get the 2-inch Q-lift. They get either the stock black alloy wheels, which are awfully dusty right now, from Ford. We put some Wild Peak AT4s on there in the 245, 75, 16 size. So this works really for about 90% of our clients. 5% do nothing. The other 5% go the other way with our big touring, our big model right there with 33s. Once again, in the Transit Off-Road has some new suspension upgrades. So they wanted us to try them out, give them some feedback on it. So those include some King front coilover struts and their lower control arms. So this is not on our standard build for the Sport, but this is something that we're going to be able to test out and hopefully be able to have an honest opinion whether it's something that we would recommend for other people going forward. One light over the sliding door for exterior lighting so you can illuminate your campground at night. Solid stock glass on the van, on the sliding door. It came that way from the factory. Moving back, we added a bunk window. These are the same bunk windows that we have in our flares. However, we did not add flares. We just added bunk windows in this van. It's designed to sleep a little bit different inside. What's cool is if you decided to upgrade to flares in the future, those windows are the ones that would pop right into it. Moving around the back, we've got some rear door appliances from Flatline. So we have their rear door gear platform on the back, as well as their slim storage box. This wouldn't be included in the base Sport model. However, the full-size tire carrier to allow you to carry a full-size spare is included in our Sport model as well. But we decided to show the slim box versus our full standard box on our other van to show you the difference in depth. It's a little bit narrower as a little bit shallower as well. So same functionality, however, not as much storage space inside, but some folks this would work great. It is a little bit less expensive as well, but like to be able to show options for folks. Moving around to the other side of the van, once again, bunk window that's included in this build, as well as a half slider window a little bit farther forward. So you got some great ventilation with the included Max fan in our Sport model. Overall, that's really the exterior in this guy. The Q-lift, when it comes from our factory or from the dealership, they are installing the Falcon Fast Adjust rear shocks on the Q-lift for us. So that's something that you can spec with the dealership if you want to go that route. We highly recommend it. We think it really adds to the ride and improvement overall feel for handling this van. And yeah, let's go around and take a look at the inside. All right guys, so here we are, just opening the door. This is the hydration station from Lost Highway. So this is their small, same size as their normal pedestal galley that we use in some of our builds when we have some captain's chairs, things like that. We had them custom make this width drop down table. So we've included this. We think this is fantastic for being able to hang out here, make coffee, drinks, whatever. So you get the drop down table as standard. This hydration station is super simple. So this has got plenty of storage in here, just bungees on the front. You can be able to store all sorts of different things in here. I have thumb wheels to lock this guy into place. So you can undo these thumb wheels and unbolt this whole unit and take it out in just a matter of minutes if you like. We have a Dometic jug, 11-liter jug in there, as well as it's paired up with the Dometic little battery operated water pump. So it's easy to turn this guy on. I think it's charged. There we go. You got some water inside the van, easy peasy. If you want filtered water right inside there, super killer little setup. Options for USB and 12-volt outlets here if you want it. We don't have this actually wired up. This is a rechargeable water pump, so we don't actually have any power coming to this at the moment, but it's possible to upgrade and have power in that location. Otherwise, on this side of the van, we set this up similar to our other layout. So you've got basically lounge seating here. So this is the toilet box. This has got the wrap-on Trekker toilet built into it, ready to go. This is a Blue Eddy ice chest. It's 12 volt. It also has its own battery in here as well. So what's kind of cool is that you can keep it charged up. You could even take this out and go take it out to your campsite somewhere else, and it'll still run off its internal battery for a couple of days. It also has a fun little ice maker in here actually, and it's pretty cool to be able to make some ice in about 10 minutes so for your drink. But yeah, you could sit on either one of these spots. And we've got the Trekker toilet over here ready to go in the Lost Highway toilet box, all powered up from the power system. So you got your electric toilet, heat seals the waste closed in about 90 seconds. We think this is the best toilet out there for van life. Little bungee holds this guy in place. And then moving on upwards to the top of the van, we've got a couple of the Lost Highway fast cabinets. So this bolts into the L-Track system in this van. So that's one of the major differentiating factors between our sport van and our touring van, is this internal structure. So L-Track, vertical, horizontal, roof-mounted L-Track. You can move these cabinets anywhere you want along here. You could have multiple cabinets or fewer cabinets, or take them out as your needs change or for your activities. What also makes it kind of cool is that you can unbolt some of this L-Track and these panels can come out. So, you know, upgrading, you want to have some more power someplace else, or you want to have some other features in there. It's easy to sort of take these panels down. You want to get solar, you want to get Starlink up on the roof, you can pop a panel down, get some wires up there. What's great about this L-Track system is that it also supports this panel bed, 3-panel elevated bed from Lost Highway as well. You can adjust the height of this bed. You could put it way high if you want to fit motorcycles underneath, or you could put it lower if you want more of like a daybed lounge area. So it's adjustable to your needs. It's also removable. It's easy to take all 3 of these panels out of here. You could keep the side rails. So if you need to use this as more of a cargo van for a day or two, that's possible as well. We have a custom mattress coming for this that is more accurate to the shape of the bed panels. This is one of my mattresses from the old van, but it will be a tri-fold mattress, easy to fold up and get it out of the way if you like, or stack bed panels to give you some more room. We did add 2 reading lights in the back here. So both of these are our standard reading lights that we like to use, USB-C chargers on it, dimmable reading lights. And we've got these cool little window boxes here. To trim out these bunk windows. There's little cubbies in this area, so it's easy to store your phone or a book. And we've added some USB-C ports and USB-A, so you could have your phone charging right here next to you if you like. We put one of those in both sides, so you got power easily accessible from bed on either side. And we've got our standard ceiling. This is our signature ceiling for our Gone Mobile vans. We've got 8 ceiling lights up in here. They are all easy to turn on. They're also dimmable in this van. We got a little wireless switch, so you could put the switch wherever you like. But really an overall flexible van, which just allows you to grow over time or adjust and add cabinets or remove cabinets depending on your activities. You may have kids, or you may have kids that grow up and get out of the house and you want to change the configuration to just you and your partner to get out. So this is our really flexible base model. You could end up having a van looking like our touring van over time if you want to go that route. So we love this platform. It's new for us. We're really excited about just the flexibility and opening it up to other people to, depending on what their activities may include. We think it's a fantastic platform to start with. All right, so at the back of the Sport model, we've got 2 low fender boxes. Both of these are the fast cabinets from Lost Highway, 60 inches long, 14 inches wide, 20 inches deep. You could use these as bench seats with the bed out of here, but plenty of just storage, easy access to stuff, whatever you want in there, gear. On this side, we have a new Blue Eddy power system. This is their Elite 300. It's a 3 kilowatt hour power system, and it just came out recently, and it's primarily made for like the RV market. It's got a high power DC port, which allows us to have all of the DC appliances on at the same time. Most of these things only have a 10 watt output. This has got a 10 amp output. This has got a 30 amp output, so it can power this entire van, no problem. Charged from the alternator. Easy app control as well, plenty of capacity to run other AC appliances also. But this is a killer little power system to get the sport van up and running. And this is the general area where our big power system is. So if you want to upgrade over time, all of our wiring comes to the same central location that we would wire up our 10 kilowatt EcoFlow kit. So once again, always thinking about the future, and hopefully this is a great starting point, but could be expanded to something larger and more capable in the future. So a couple of the limitations for a sport van is the power system. So it's basically a starter power system. It's got a decent amount of capacity, but it doesn't have a huge output capability. So this system is not able to power an air conditioning unit. So if you wanted an AC unit, we would need to go with something larger, primarily our 10 kilowatt EcoFlow kit, which has enough power to be able to run a 48 volt AC unit. So an AC unit isn't capable with it, or possible with this power system. Typically our hot water system in our touring van is also a DC powered 12 volt system, so that wouldn't have enough power output to be able to heat the water effectively, so or even at all. So once again, you'd be missing out on our electric hot water heater. Overall though, I mean, this will work, and this will get you a day or two out on the trail or out camping, whereas our 10 kilowatt system will get you several days, possibly up to a week in that power system. So a few limitations, but once again, as a starter point, this is fantastic. All right guys, so here we are now at our 2026 demo van. This is in the wild green colorway, brand new for 26. This is our new demo van. We're really stoked with it. This is our full featured build that 90% of our clients are choosing to go with. So we're really pleased with it. This is my own van, and I'll be driving this for the next year and a half. I love how it works. I built it just how I would like to have it as well. But right up front, of course, the Raptor grille. We think this really caps off any Transit, really makes it look fantastic. We have an optional Flatline Van Company front bumper, winch, and bull bar combination. A new option, quite often we'll use the CA Tune bumpers or the Illumines bumpers, and now Flatline's got one for the Transit, so we're trying this one out. We've got some lights mounted on there. We got some amber lights built in. 12S winch with a hook ready to get you out of a sticky situation if necessary. We also have, up on top of the van, we've got our Flatline Safari rack with our 50-inch Titan light bar. Not everybody wants a big old light bar like that, which is totally understandable, but we typically will pre-wire for lighting up there if you want to add that in the future. That's one of those things that you could come back and later on and like, you know what, we'd like to have some lighting, so we could take care of that in the future. So not always standard, but we think it looks good, and when those folks need that, it's super easy for us to add it. Moving on down. We've got our suspension upgrade in this van. So this is our sort of special double lift kit. We've got started off with the Q lift, 2-inch lift. From there, we added the Van Compass Stage 4 kit on top of that. So we've got add leaf springs in the rear. We've got Bilstein front struts and the blue springs, coil springs from Van Compass to give this another 2-inch lift, which allows us to fit 285 tires on this thing. So these are really 33-inch tires. Overall, this van over stock is about 7 inches taller than a stock Transit and probably 3 inches taller than our sport model. But it's not for everybody, but it sure rides well. It handles really well. It's very capable. It puts it into the same capability range as most of the Sprinters out there, so we're really pleased with being able to offer that to clients. Moving back, we've got our scene light over the sliding door, solid glass window, as well as our Illumines running boards to be able to get in and out of this van. We feel those are fantastic, a great bit of tread plate to be able to get in safely without feeling like your foot's gonna slip off. We've got our Flare Space flares. This has been texture coated with a super rugged bed lining material, so this is really robust. It'll hold up really well. It's not gonna fade over time either. And we've got our half slider window for ventilation inside the van. We've got our black sliding door replacement here that really caps off the look of the rest of the black and green on this van. And then coming around the back, this is really our standard setup. Most of our clients are going this way on our vans. So we've got a full-size spare tire carrier. This has got the integrated ladder combination from Flatline. So we've got our full-size spare on here. Quite often folks will either go with the rear ladder or just the tire carrier, and either is easy to change. We've got the Flatline gear platform on the passenger door. In this case, I've got my Howl campfire and a 10-pound propane tank so we can have a campfire out at camp. And we've got the Flatline storage box. This is their full-size storage box. So this is the bigger box. We've got couple of camp chairs in here. I've got some tools. I've got some leveling blocks. Really plenty of storage capacity in here for whatever you may need. Driver side flare, we got our flatline side ladder to get up onto the safari rack, half slider window for some ventilation, and the other Illumina side step to be able to get in and out of this van. And let's go take a look at the inside so I can point out the differences between this model and our sport model. All right guys, so here we are at the side door of our touring model. Once again, we've got our drop down table, which is fantastic. We've got our built-in DR85 fridge. So this is a full-featured refrigerator and freezer built into the galley. This is our primary setup. We love how this functions. We like being able to get to access from inside or outside the van. And I know you guys have seen this quite often. This is pretty much our standard layout. We've got our wrap-on trucker toilet in here. We just came back from an expo. People don't know that there's a toilet in there, so I had to have a little cheater sign there so people knew that. Storage here, and upper cabinets. This could be a microwave if you like, but plenty of overhead storage on this side all the way down as well. We've got our MOLLE panel, first aid kit, a couple of other things, super easy to just add gear here. So some of the big differences in this van obviously are the more permanence of the furniture in here. So this galley isn't going out, it's not coming out of here, it's fully plumbed and integrated in with the rest of the 24-gallon water system. The power system is way more integrated into the van than the sport van is as well. It can power the 48-volt air conditioner, whereas that van doesn't have the power system to be able to have an AC. It could be upgraded. That's one of the things, that an upgrade path towards AC and a larger power system if you like. But really, this layout is pretty much set. Like I said, very well integrated. Plumbing running through things, power running everywhere as well. You could absolutely start with the sport model, use it for a couple years and decide over time, hey, I really want a larger water system, or hey, I want a big enough power system to run an AC, or I want to be able to go off grid for several days. So that's where that upgrade path from the sport to the touring model, totally possible. But for most of our clients, they're ready to have this van that is fully featured, ready to go. They know that they want to get out and go tour around the country, go hit some trails, go hit campgrounds, harvest hosts, things like that. This is our most popular layout. I love it personally. This is my favorite setup in a van. Took a while to get to this layout, but it's fantastic. It's super, just flexible as well. Swivel seats, have a nice lounge area, hang out with all your friends. All right guys, that's it for the little walk around of both of these vans. Our sport model is way approachable, super easy to get into, easy to upgrade over time. And our touring model is full featured, ready to hit the road, ready to go tour the country, trails, mountains. It's all fantastic. Built on the same awesome Ford Transit platform, very capable, easy to drive, plenty of power, horsepower. You can upgrade to bigger tires. All the external components that you see on all the Sprinters are all available for the Transit as well. We're really pleased with both of these models, and we've been super happy. Like I said, probably 90% of our clients go with our touring model, which is very full featured. And then we're just trying to open it up to those other 10% that have different use cases, that might want to be able to fit a motorcycle inside or several bikes, or they need to change it on a daily or weekly basis to accommodate their lifestyle or their families and stuff like that. So we feel like we're offering vans for all sorts of different people. We're really pleased to be doing that, and I hope to see you on the next video.